Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I am so happy. I just went to the post office and mailed off my taxes. You know, I do these mainly food deliveries for health purposes. It's to get the healthcare insurance. I live in Texas, and it's a long explanation, and I'm no voice of authority. In order to get affordable health care, I have to prove that I earned a certain amount. So that's a very short version. Okay, now one of the health problems I have, and it just came up last year, I had no idea it was going to continue, is edema. My feet, top of my feet, the ankles, and the bottom of the legs swell up. And so it's kind of like a really vicious cycle, you know. I have to do something for work, but I can't sit down, stand up, walk around, whatever, for very long. I have to be able to stop whenever I need to, elevate my legs, which for me, and the only thing I can do is like, I don't know who taught you how to drive, but that's not how you do it. Anyway, did you, this is bouncing all over the place, but did you see the woman who just put herself right there? Anyway, so then the taxes, oh my goodness, you know, it's bad enough to have to work with this and then figure out when I have to go home. There's no other job that's going to let me do that. I am well aware. So I am degreed, and I can't even do something with it, which I don't have a problem with hard work, man. None. Absolutely. I did all kinds of odd jobs. I was a career student and taught at college and university combined. Woman, you really don't know how to drive. My goodness, now she's next to me. Get away. Okay, finally she's gone down the road. She got in front of me. She pushed me off, almost pushing me off the road. I wanted to back off and get as far away from her as possible. And now I am. I called it the light. But it was unbelievable. She either didn't know how to, I think she just didn't know how to drive. Yeah, really. Or she was under some kind of substance, at least one. But anyway, this is a great way to start a video. But what was I talking about? Finishing the taxes, doing all this stuff. I mean, I've used to do road trips for like 20 years. We did a lot of them. I moved around. I'm Texan, born and raised in Texas, and this is Texas. But I lived in many places, many places, and I had to learn how to drive in all those other places, because, you know, you think it's standard. It is, but it's not the way the people drive. Socially, not so much. Anyway, Lord, goodness. My goodness, you wouldn't believe what's in the water today. What's in the air? Seriously, look at the doggies. Yeah, give me something to take my mind off the crazy drivers today. Wow, unbelievable. But anyway, so what was I talking about? All this stuff. You're doing all this stuff, and plus dealing with the crazy drivers, dealing with, you know, people who are really bad on the road. I'm talking like they are racing one another down roads like this. Okay, and especially Friday, Saturday night. These, you know, were the best nights to deliver. The rest of the week is crap. You know, come on now. I don't know why it's beeping. I am not out of my lane. So, okay, maybe that one was too close, maybe. But anyway, all these things, and then have to do the taxes. I really do not know where I was going with this. Maybe I just should save this for as a blooper video. I think so. Oh my goodness, I got all the way up there, and yeah, I'm not very far from my road, but I did this a couple weeks ago. They're still doing it, and the lights were off or whatever, and it was a mess. I can't believe it's still a mess after all that time. That the traffic was going to be backed up for miles. I don't need to go that far. I just wanted to give it a try. And yeah, and the way the people were driving, like this big Bubba truck guy, he wanted to make sure nobody was going to get any him, so he took up both lanes. Dude, you can't do that. Somebody like me is gonna. Yeah, anyway, no, I wouldn't. Unbelievable people, just unbelievable. They own the road, Bubba trucks galore here in Texas. So I'm just going to use this as a ramble video. My goodness, just a vent video. There's people who act like that. You know, I just want to go and buy some groceries. I just wanted to go to one that was different than the one I went to last week because they didn't have what I needed. And they haven't had what they used to have for years now, and they didn't have that, so it actually seems like they got rid of it. So I was going to go to a different one. Maybe they did. I've tried a different chain as it was. Didn't have it there either, and it's a very common thing. So, but yeah, this was. Yeah, I've had it rough lately, worried about these taxes because I'm doing it for health insurance, and then I have to report that. And I had to cancel the health insurance last year because of that I wasn't going to make that much because it didn't start until July, and I was all into it, and I'm like, really? I have to earn that, what I would earn the whole year? I would have to earn from the end of July to the end of the year. That wasn't going to happen. You know, boy, this is jumping around now really bad. I just need to get back on the other side of the highway where it's not so bad now. I cannot believe I'm heavy sighing. But this has been crazy, okay? I just want to go buy some groceries and be able to find really just be able to find what I need. That's all I do. I just get one thing. And I should have just stayed at home and had them delivered. But I really want to go into the store and buy them. Yeah, now there's going to be somebody holding up there, and I've actually driven by some people that would hold up people in a turning lane, and they're texting. Seriously, they're sitting there texting and making everybody wait for them to finish their text. And they would go. Once they finish it, they got stuff they have to do. All of you just need to wait. That kind of crap. So many times, because I drive so much, you know, I get to see it so many times. And I live in what I jokingly call Narcissismville. I was about to say, don't tell me they're making us all go on the highway. Don't do it. But anyway, I cannot believe this day. Seriously. Okay, why is that guy standing right out in the middle? That is not safe at all. Yeah. Get back to where something's normal. Traffic. It's just, okay, I've been stressed out. I have been really stressed out because of these taxes. I was thinking the worst, you know. I tried to say, oh, it's not going to be that much. You know, they were hinting at this and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, every time I do some research, it would show bad stuff. So I hope today, you know, I just go out and get some stuff done that I have not been able to do because I was so stressed and I was trying to work and everything. And the offers are so unbelievably bad. $2. One was, you know, people say that it should be $2. I mean, yeah, $2 per mile is you know, a good thing. And anything less than $1 per mile is bad. Well, how about 10 cents a mile? 10 cents I've seen. 10 cents a mile. And then, you know, did I mention that at the beginning of it? Then the people have to come back, whoever took that. It was such a ridiculous thing, and they just become more and more ridiculous as time goes by. On this one app, I don't use one of them. I don't like their the way that they do their business was awful. Seriously, awful. Man, really. I mean, unbelievable. This day and age, you think you can get away with that? Then they do, you know. Like taking money, your income, what you made, because the customer said they didn't receive it, they're going to charge you for it. I still need to call the Department of Labor. Yeah, because I know that I've spoken to the Department of Labor and to help some people out in one of these grocery stores that worked in the cashiers and they didn't speak English. And I called it was on my own. I didn't tell them I was going to do it. But they were being charged for any coupon that was not good that they took. They don't speak English. But, and I found out they were being charged, and the management was just so arrogant about it. And I said, So I called the Department of Labor. My degrees are in psychology and sociology. I stand up for the people, you know. No, you're not messing with people. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. The masses. It doesn't matter what is anything. Their age, their ethnic group, their nothing to me. You just don't treat people like crap and get away with it. So I called the Department of Labor and let them know what was happening. He said, no, you can't do that. It's illegal. And he said, I'm going out there. And I guess he did. Why would he lie? You know, this was years ago. Why would he lie and tell me he was going out there? And, you know, at that point, it's beyond my hand. You know, beyond me. You know, it's out of my hands. But I could not think these people, are they even being paid minimum wage? Is what I wondered. It was a big chain, but not in this area. It's rare for this area. Several of them are rare for this area. I was like, that's just wrong. No. Now, some of them may have spoken English, like the manager, just so arrogant. Just so arrogant about it. And just telling me, because he was so, one was a male and one was a female, I remember. I think it was the male. Just so arrogant about it, that they could take this money out of somebody's paycheck if they took a coupon, you know, that had expired or something wasn't right about it, that they could take that money out of that person's paycheck. You know, a lot of these people, minimum wage here has not changed in 15 years. It is $7.25 minimum wage. You know, if they were making minimum wage, as arrogant as he was, maybe they weren't. You know, and that was my point with the Department of Labor. I said, if they're being paid minimum wage to take the money from a coupon off of it, you get my drift. Exactly. So, but I didn't even have to say that, but I did say it. I'll really make my point. So it was so sickening. Just some arrogant manager. I'm guessing that the whole chain store, they're not going to do something that stupid. You know, but some arrogant person, you know, some narcissistic person or whatever. I'm not going to say it's narcissistic, because that's not really. Anyway, but some arrogant jerk. You know, really, it's going to take some money off of somebody who's barely surviving. God, what world we live in. Seriously, what kind of world do we live in that kind of behavior is acceptable? Or that person even, you know, it falls like under that category. You know, you say, well, why do these people, you know, some might say, not you, but some people might say, well, why do they keep working there? It's blaming the victim. That's what's called blaming the victim. That's an example. One kind of, just one. And it falls under that kind of thing, like what, you know, I've been spreading this around for many years. It's not why doesn't she leave him. This is something I heard many years ago, or I made it up. I don't know. You know, I heard it. Why? It's not, the question is not why doesn't she leave him. The question is what in our society makes him think that he can do that and get away with it. Well, do we have an example here? You know, think about that kind of thing. People work in the store, and it's a place that they can find that allows them to work without them, you know, having a full grasp of English, and they, you know, they have enough, but barely, and they're person does a coupon wrong, and then they want to blame that person, blame the person who's, not the management. They don't want to blame the manager. Come on. They don't want to get them fired, kicked out. Why not? Do you have a heart? I'm not saying you, but people who are like that. Oh, I'm going to blame the victim. And I have seen, heard people talk about, that person was just going to, I got another one that can't drive. But I've, heard people say, well, I'm tired, she's had problems with him all these years, and she just keeps, whoever she is, I've just heard these things, people talking about him. She should have left him by now, so I'm not going to deal with her. You see how stupid they sound? Anybody who says that, well, she just won't leave him. Maybe she can't leave him. And it's not always a she that has to leave a he, No. But the stupidity of somebody who says that, the coldness, the ignorance of somebody who said such a thing, they blame the victim. I mean, that's low. That is very low. This is my opinion, and I have a right to it. I'm very educated in opinion and in this kind of thing. I'm a social and behavioral scientist, taught at college and university, yeah. I have a voice, and I use it. Boy, and then I'm telling you, I have a voice, like I said. And this whole thing of paying us, those of us who deliver sometimes nothing per hour, if we get an offer, sometimes $2.10 a mile on our own vehicles with our own gas, own insurance, own everything, that's a problem there. There's more than one problem there. It needs to change. It really needs to be regulated. But I mentioned I lived in Texas, right? So I'm not looking like it does. I'll leave that there. Yeah, I live in Texas. I'm, after all, a 60-year-old woman having to work for health insurance, can't get on disability. That says something there. Yeah, and then I just now got that thing that they send, whenever they send them now. I haven't gotten one in years. That says if you're eligible when you're this age or that age and all that good stuff. And mine says I wouldn't be eligible for disability anyway because I haven't earned much. Well, I'm a homemaker. And let's not get me into that. Yeah, homemakers, we're screwed. Whether you're male, female, doesn't matter. What is your pronoun, doesn't matter. Screwed. I never would have known that. I never had known that. Never would I have suspected it. I'm not a social worker, so no, I wouldn't know anything like that. I'm a sociologist. My degrees are in psychology and sociology. I really care about people. The human condition I study and I taught about. This is just so ridiculous what these things are paying. This is a rant it turned into. Start off as a rant, I believe. But with everything going on in the road, I get quite distracted because my focus, of course, is the road. How many of us have driven down the highway for many, many, many years talking to the people in our car. They're sitting right there next to us. I'm not watching my camera, it's over to the side. So it's the same thing, same concept. Yes, indeedy. Now, if I were sitting there messing with my phone, it would be the same as if I'm sitting there looking at the person next to me I'm talking to. That's not wise at all. At all. Yeah, I'm making this light. Whee! Okay. I'm going to go to this one over here. I'm just driving around. Hey, I do it for not a living. I cannot imagine anybody doing this for a living. I have mentioned multiple times. I'm not going to keep mentioning because I keep seeing them. These silver, older silver or gray, four-door cars that are delivering in so many places I go to, and they don't look like they're great of character. And I have suspicion. I really do. They're not all the same make and model, not the same year and all that of auto, you know. And but it's awful suspicious that there's so many. This is Texas, okay. It did not turn red. This is Texas. Many people drive SUVs and trucks. I've never noticed until this. So many silver 4-door, older model, and I'm not going to name the model, but they're not very expensive model cars. And for them all to be delivering so many places, I'm sitting right there and I'm seeing them get out of their car, go in, get it. You know, at least one place is very obvious that they're delivering. I had one the other day out in my neighborhood. I was delivering in my own neighborhood. Imagine that. And one of them pulled up right as I was getting ready to leave. One pulled up right next to me. He didn't have to pay attention to apparently. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's the second time I've seen one. The other one had the tires covered up. So anyway, but what was I saying? What kind of is that? It doesn't say, but when I saw it, it's all covered. Looks all covered. Anyway, you know, just they don't have to abide by that guy felt like apparently felt like he didn't have to abide by any rules of the road at all. Laws, you know, some people call them laws. Nope, they don't apply to him. What a jerk. Run across a lot of those, you know. But because he literally parked like on the wrong side of the road for one, and I'm sitting there. He made it like impossible for anybody to get down the road from where he parked because it wasn't enough space for him in the space he thought he could take. You see what I'm saying? He thought he could take that space on the wrong side of the road. I can't see around these people. That was a bad corner right there. You'd think they'd have something better. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm just rambling. And there's got to be, of course, always is, a tailgater in, you know, something like this, a parking lot, a store, a big store. They're going to be tailgating because they really need to get there faster. They really need to get there faster. Those on the street that do that, the idiots that do that kind of stuff, or you know, they're whipping in and out of all of these people and everything. I wave at them as I pass them on the road later down the road. It happens so often. I am serious. It happens quite often that I get to wave at them as I pass them by. You know, they're just idiots that they really think that's going to get them somewhere. Because something will happen every time. I mean, they're the same person. Not the same person, but each instance, they're down the road. Wrapping it up.